places as tourists, most of us seek adventure, but few expect their hearts to race with fear. This swing on China won a Guinness World Record for being the most spine-tingling swing on the planet. And it's not hard to
There's
see
no
why.
way you would catch me dead on that thing.
If you look down while on the swing, you would see a massive 2,200-foot drop. But
I
considering you're
would
moving
pass
at
out
80
before
miles
it
per
even
hour,
takes
it's
off.
probably hard to see. In Charlotte, Carolina, a man spotted a large crack in a roller coaster that caused the park to be immediately shut down.
A statement to ABC News.
What the
Carolyn
hell?
says it is not uncommon to discover slight weld indications.
The Wanxing theme park in China, whose theme seems to be death, has sky-high attractions, ranging from a 500-foot
Why do they have so many attractions in China that are so, they look so
the park has been
dangerous?
closed several times for not passing safety inspections.
Oh, hell no, I would sue. The man almost lost his life.
With more shark encounters than a Hollywood blockbuster, New Smyrna Beach is like stepping into a real-life Jaws movie. This particular beach in Florida was single-handedly responsible for 23% of the entire world's shark attacks in 2021, and it was ranked the most dangerous beach in America. Ironically, it has around 500,000 visitors a year.
I bet everybody goes just to see the sharks. Oh, hell no.
This is the Devil's Pool sitting at the top of the Victoria Falls waterfall. And it doesn't have that name for no reason. In order to just get to this pool, you have to cross a river in which tourist guides throw rocks into it to make sure there aren't any crocodiles on the way. And to top things off,
You
there's no
cross
lifeguard
all
on
the
duty.
way over there just to take a picture and risk dying.
This is a love
hell
ladder in the
no.
Fuji Mountains called Stairway to Heaven, because if you fall, you go straight to heaven. Actually, there's some clear netting in below the stairs to catch you if you were to fall.
I was about
that
to
doesn't
say.
stop people from getting wobbly legs when looking down.
Well,
When you're riding down a carnival
it is high.
attraction, the last thing you want to see are some loose screws.
Let me just tighten that up there.
not him tightening it. Oh,
All right,
God.
we're good.
The Cage of Death might not sound like the most appealing tourist attraction, but it's Australia's only crocodile cage diving experience, in which you can see up close amazing prehistoric creatures in their natural habitat.
Now what happens if
Might be
that
better
just
to
broke
avoid
off?
if you have neck problems, but the New Zealand human catapult offers the experience of
Oh.
being flung through the air like a human projectile.
That thing yanked
Reaching a
her neck.
mind-bog-
Let
New Zealand
me-
human catapult offers the
It
experience
pulled the
of
hell
being
out of
flung
her
through
neck.
the air like a human projectile, reaching a mind-boggling
Is she
speed of
even
60
still
miles per
conscious?
hour in just 1.5 seconds, which is faster than any
Oh,
car in the world.
no.
Who needs a cape when you have a wingsuit? Wingsuit parachuting is when you leap off a cliff and experience gliding through the air like a flying squirrel. It's like an extreme sport that doesn't allow for mistakes.
And what do you do if you land on a rock? It's kind of cool though. But how do you train for something like this?
Sleeping on the edge takes a whole new meaning with cliff camping. Hanging above a 1,000-foot drop might not be the most peaceful way to fall asleep, but at least you don't have to worry about bears.
You gotta be a special kind of human to do all
The
these
world's
things,
highest and
because
longest
there's
glass-bottom
no way
bridge
that I'm
takes walking
sleeping
on
off
thin
the
ice
edge
to a
of
whole
a
new
cliff.
level, with nothing but a transparent sheet of glass between you and an abyss. The good news is that the
I bet you
BBC
this is
tested the
China
strength of the glass
also.
with a sledgehammer, and it definitely passed the test.
President has given me a hammer and said that even if I can get through all 3 layers of glass, I won't fall through.
Oh, the glass is probably very thick.
We're okay.
The Snake Island is an island off the coast of Brazil. It's been banned from visiting, not that you'd want to go. Despite the relatively small size, it's home to about 430,000 snakes, a lot of which are some of the most venomous species in the world.
430,000 snakes on one island.
Thousands of tourists every year attempt the hike at the Huashuan Mountain in China. Even though the views from the summit might make the hike worth it, the whole setup is terrifying with only some planks attached to the side of the mountain to walk onto.
So,
But surprisingly, people seem to
people
blindly
decide
trust
to
the
go on a
Taoist priest who
tour
installed this walk 700 years ago.
in these places. God. It's like paying for your own death. It's crazy.
King Dak is not only the tallest roller coaster in the world, but for years it held the title as the fastest reaching speeds of 128 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. For context, a Bugatti Chiron does the same speed in 6.6 seconds.
This I probably can do.
Sometimes one doesn't need waves to make use of a boogie board. In Nicaragua, one can slip down the steep slopes of an active volcano and take in the breathtaking speeds. If you ever wanted to experience angry birds in real life, a human catapult in New River in West Virginia does exactly that.
Oh.
There is always a way up, except when you're cave diving during the Aichituknik River. These caves have ridiculously low ceilings. Forget about swimming straight up to the surface. The only way is forward tilt to fit through the creases and hope you don't get stuck.
How do people not get like claustrophobic doing this? I would start panicking as soon as I saw the walls.
Things become a little insane at Gravity Max in Taiwan when you're slowly being tilted down until you reach a 90-degree angle, and the tracks connect just in time for when the brakes are off.
Every time I see a roller coaster, I think about Final Destination.
Camino del Rey is known to be one of the most dangerous hikes in the world. It was closed by the Spaniard government due to multiple deaths. That is until a few years ago when it reopened after a €9 million restoration, an enhancing safety measure, but it's still completely terrifying.
And I bet you have to sign a waiver. Oh, it's actually pretty.
Maybe not the most dangerous ride, but perhaps one of the scariest is Sky Jump at the Strat Hotel, which is an open-air leap from 829 feet above the strip, and you reach speeds of 40 miles per hour. Traversing the abyss has never been scarier at these climbing routes in Italy. That is not for those with fear of heights.
Yeah, I couldn't.
We've all heard this audio at some point in our lives.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
What most people don't know is that the original version came from an incredible tourist attraction in New Zealand. It's ridiculously terrifying.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
This ride in Las Vegas is so terrifying that most of the time it's empty.
Oh.
No.
Oh no.
Hell no.
Oh no.
You dumb guy. Hell no.
The Death Valley is often referred to as an oven, since it's not only an extremely dry climate, but it's thought to be the hottest place on Earth during the summer, with this summer reaching a record temperature of 133 degrees.
It's still exciting. Again, we're getting lots of visitors who are wanting
It's
to get
90
their picture
degrees
with the
here.
monitor, who want to feel
And I
what
can't
it
even
feels like
survive
to live
that.
in such a
Imagine.
cool place.
Okay, a lot of people actually pack a sickness bag for this one. This ride starts going backwards, and before you know it, you're spinning 360 degrees on your own seat as you go straight down 200 feet.
I would do this. It looks like a cool ride. What I hate about roller coaster rides is they're always too short. So I always make sure to look for the longest rides at amusement parks whenever I go. That way it's longer and I have a better experience.
Running the bulls in Pamplona is probably one of the craziest events that takes place in the world. It consists of letting 6 bulls loose as you quite literally run for your life. This event has been taking place since the early 14th century and attracts thousands of tourists.
I think I saw a video of a guy doing this and they got hurt.
Back in 2017, a hotel in Houston, Texas went viral for their terrifying to see-through pool. But well, so far there's been no problems. Apparently, this place is hell on earth. The Darvaza gas crater in Turkmenistan has a crater that has been burning since 1971. With temperature reaching extreme levels as 1800 degrees Fahrenheit, this attraction was baptized Doorway to Hell.
Not the doorway to hell.
At Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California, there's a ride that consists of a large circle of swings that rises 300 feet in the air and then swirls. And well, for some unlucky visitors, it malfunctioned, and they stayed up there for 4 hours until they were able to make the ride work again.
300 feet up.
4 hours?
For 4 excruciating hours.
I'll tell you, the first hour was pretty rocky.
As day turned into night, she
I
actually
wonder how many
started
people
to
were on there
relax.
panicking,
Sunset.
passing out.
Saudi Arabia spent
Wanting to
$746 million
pee.
on a water theme park, and some of the rides are terrifying. Okay, this one might be one of those that looks more insane than it is, but if you don't fear heights, one can try this for a couple $100. Ever since 1920, people have been wing walking on planes. Luckily, you're strapped to a vertical chair.
That looks interesting.
Austria's sky ladder spans 140 feet between two peaks. It's a test of balance and agility, with only a couple of cables standing between you and a 2,296-foot drop into the gorge below. Definitely beats waiting for the elevator to go up to the 53rd floor, but it's not acrophobia friendly. When taking a swim on a lake, one would think that alligators or other animals are your biggest worry. Except in Lake Carachet, that doesn't have a single sign of any form of life, since it's the most dangerous body of water in the world. And it's not because of predators, pollution, or lack of nutrients, but due to an even more insidious and lethal presence: radioactivity. During the Soviet era, Lake Carachet became a dumping ground for radioactive waste. The radioactivity levels in Lake Carachet are so extreme that exposures to its waters, even for a brief moment, can be lethal. In fact, it's considered one of the most dangerous places on Earth.
Reddish.
Around 10 years ago, Six Flags dropped a terrifying advertisement for a ride called the Drop of Doom that was supposed to open just a year later. Needless to say, it was a little dramatic, but the real one ended up being no walk in the park either.
I did something similar to this at Universal.
Back in 1994, Rod Stewart held the record for the largest concert of all time on Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro. There were an estimated 3.5 million people, and people flew all across South America to see the concert since it was free.
Okay.